Brace yourself. I'm in kind of a spiritual mood today. I'm in a mood. Tuesday, I'm watching the coverage last night of the riots where I see all these Democrats coming down on the backs and the heads of law enforcement and the Marine. Remember when let's send in the Marines and fix things was a good thing? Now Democrats say Marines are the bad guys. Now law enforcement, cops are the bad guys. I wonder what American cops are thinking about all this pushback against law enforcement in Los Angeles. Gavin Newsom is devoting California taxpayer money to sue the federal government for Trump's mass deportation and sending in the Marines and the National Guard and all. This is a guy who's grossly incompetent. I tried to warn everybody. Everybody was all enamored with him when he had his little podcast and, we have a big tent and he's reaching. I said, be careful of this guy. You got to be careful of some of these folks because they throw you a little bit of normalcy and then they wind up biting you in the rear end. But what Democrats are doing right now, this is biblical. This feels like absolute stuff right out of the Holy Bible. This is right out of the good book. Maybe Old Testament stuff. Good is portrayed as bad. Bad is portrayed as good. But the good news, what I love about this story, is we know how it ends. We know how it ends. We know how this story unfolds. Good always triumphs over evil. Good always, always, always wins. And we can't lose sight of that. President Trump is on the right side of this. Republicans are on the right side of this. Democrats are doing something right now that is going to backfire so badly. Do you realize, Democrats, what people see when they're seeing the images of downtown Los Angeles and people looting the Apple store and burning vehicles and throwing rocks and objects at cops while waving Mexican and Palestinian flags? Do you realize how that is received by normal people? Burning the American flag and waving the Mexican and Palestinian flags. Charlie Kirk had a great post about the Palestinian flag. That's not a mistake. That's no accident. It's a primary feature of today's progressives. This is how they roll. They hate cops, they hate the military, and they certainly hate Donald Trump because President Trump, to them, represents everything that they think is wrong with America. Now, we know it's everything that's right with America. These are all good things. It's virtuous to have peace in the streets. It's a virtuous thing to enforce the law. It's a bad thing. It's actually an evil thing to be on the side of people who assault police officers. Trump is deploying 2,000 more guard troops to Los Angeles. I hope they wind up putting 20,000 in there if they have to. How can you be opposed to that? How can you be opposed to trying to restore safety and security and peace to the streets of any American city? But again, this is biblical, it's spiritual. It's good versus evil. And I urge you to remember that. I saw Ben Ferguson on CNN last night say, when American kids have their American citizen mom or dad arrested and put in jail, there's no rioting and looting because they understand that we have to have rule of law in this country. Well, why is it any different with illegal immigrants? Now, I want to add a different take to all of this for just a moment, and I want to get your reaction to what I'm about to say. And I want to welcome you in. It's Tuesday. I'm feeling good. Hope you are too. Obviously, I hate what people are going through in cities like Los Angeles and Dallas. These protests might expand. I don't know. But here's what I do know. And this is something that I think is very important. Peaceful protest is part of the fabric of the United States of America. If you are upset or oppose Trump's promised mass deportation, and remember, he promised this, and Americans voted for it. Whether you like it or not, this was a key component of his presidential campaign in 2024. There was going to be the biggest mass deportation you've ever seen. And Americans heard that and went to the ballot box and delivered him a landslide victory. Every single swing state, not even close, wins the popular vote. Americans said, yes, this is what I voted for. But I can appreciate people on the other side who don't like illegals being deported, particularly illegals who haven't committed any other offenses except illegal immigration. Now, you can't give them a pass because illegal immigration is just that. It is against the law to sneak into our country and set up shop here. It's against the law. You can't do it. And Trump said, if you do it, we're going to round you up and we're going to send you back to where you came from. And most of America said, that's what I want. But I can appreciate and I can respect good-hearted people who don't like seeing hardworking Hispanics, hardworking whatever, Asians, I don't care what ethnicity, who get swept up in the deportation raids and they get sent home. And they're crying and they're sobbing and they're upset. And look, that's a hard thing to witness. We knew this was going to be hard. We knew this was going to hurt. I feel that way too. I don't like seeing kids dragged across the Rio Grande into the United States only to be swept up with their families and have to be deported. I'm sure it's traumatic for them. I'm sure it's upsetting. I'm sure it is disruptive. And if you're against that and you want to hold a sandwich board on the corner of 3rd and Main to express your opposition, God bless you. Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you from peaceful protest. And I think because the term peaceful protest has been completely and utterly hijacked by these lunatics who want to pretend that riots are peaceful, we must remember that true peaceful protest is absolutely not only acceptable, but should be encouraged. Nothing wrong with it. I respect people who stand outside abortion clinics and are pro-life activists. I respect people fighting for life. I respect people who stand up for their country and peacefully protest. So I think we're forgetting that part of it. Do you agree with me or not? I want to find out. Are you okay with people peacefully protesting the mass deportations? Do you understand what I'm saying? Or am I wrong to even go down that road? I want to turn it over to you. Let's put your voice front and center here on the Mike Gallagher Show. Our number is 800-655-MIKE. Join us. One number does it all. You can call or text on the MyPillow text line, but I'd prefer to talk to you in person because I'd love to hear what you have to say about my belief in this spiritual mood that I'm in, that peaceful protest is absolutely a great thing. 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. I hope you join us here on the Mike Gallagher Show.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.